anymore.
I know. I was just
I don't even know what to say.
freelance it a bit.
I know you're the only one I have seen. I did notice it the other day. So like, should I film this for like can? Fast. Oh yeah, you have to do it.
Live from Memorial Stadium at UC Berkeley. We've got MCLA Lacrosse action for you as the Cal Bears take on the BYU Cougars. Brought to you by NorCal Sports TV. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Daniel Cohen, joined by former All-American and all-around great guy, Eric Sunkson. Eric, should be a great day of lacrosse out there.
I'm pretty excited. We've got a big matchup here. Cal coming in after a tough weekend down in UCLA. Took 2 losses to ASU and Utah. We'll see if they can bounce back against a good BYU team. Cohen, what do you think? Looks like Cal's getting fired up here.
Yeah, sure are. It's Cal comes in at 3-2. Had a hot start with a big win against Texas and a couple other teams. After goes down to LA. It had a tough weekend, losing to Arizona State by a goal, and then losing by a larger margin to Utah. So going to be a bounce-back test for the Bears here.
Absolutely, something to look out for. Cal is starting 5 freshmen out here. That's a young team against a traditionally big, strong BYU team. It'll definitely be a test. Also, Cal has totaled up 8 injuries, including some big-time players. Neil Lunsford at the defense, Jackson Durham, one of the big point scorers from last year, along with Nate DeGroat. They're a big two-way midi.
That's right. It's a number of injuries on the Cal side here. A number of key players from last year's squad, but also a large freshman class that came in, and it's next man up here today in Berkeley, and they'll have their hands full with a big, talented, fast, and traditionally older BYU lacrosse team.
Absolutely, Co. The scouting report on BYU is they like to play fast up and down the field. We'll see if Cal wants to settle it down a little bit. And here we go.
Just like that, we got the face-off. Men are at the X. We're ready to get going here. Got a scrum, and Cal Fogo Kit Stoddard comes away with the ball, and Berkeley takes the first possession here.
Here we go. Looks like Cal's going to settle into their offense. Look for number 10, Dylan Lee, one of their starting middies. He's got one of the fastest first steps I've ever seen. He likes to initiate offense.
Absolutely. Starting for the Bears, we had, and there's an early turnover. You hate to see those on attack. You got number 7, Jake Lombardo, number 27, Matt Keeney, number 39, Sean Tran. Eric, that's a young starting attack there.
Absolutely. That's 2 freshmen and a sophomore. It's about as young as you can get. Here comes BYU. Look for them to push transition. Cal's going to need to be on their toes here.
Yeah, it's a focus area with goalie, the Cal goalie, number 24, Nick Beattie, ending up out-guarding one of BYU's attackmen. It looked like it might have been a 10-man ride.
Yeah. We had a 10-man ride, which is really interesting because BYU's coming out pushing transition. Cal looks like they're fighting right back with the 10-man, which is a really aggressive ride. It looks like BYU got the better of them there.
That's right. That's not sure that's how Coach had it drawn up there. I think a little miscommunication on the Cal defense side. And there's a slick replay brought to you by NorCal Sports TV. Love that. All right, BYU taking the next possession here. See Cal settle into their 6-man defense. Eric, giving up a quick goal as a long pole. What's the mindset to battle back from there?
Yeah, it's always about the next one. You don't like to give one up early. It's kind of a cheap goal, but hey, a goal's a goal. So Cal needs to remember that. Settle back into their defense here. Try to get a stop.
That's right. BYU spinning the ball a few times quickly and looking to attack from the midfield. It looks like here.
Looks like they had a 2-2-2 set, so there's 2 guys on the inside for the BYU offense. Lots of picks in there. That's always tough to defend.
But Cal has a nice defensive play and is able to turn the ball back over, and as Cal sets up their clear here.
Looks like BYU jumped right into a 10-man ride as well. This is pretty aggressive play for both teams in the clearing game.
And Cal midfielder draws the flag down. So Cal's going to go up a guy as soon as the whistle is blown. There's a scrum by the midfield line here. And Cal comes away with it, but then loses it. Whistle for the foul during the Cal ride, and Eric, we'll see Cal's extra man offense here.
That's right. Looks like a loose ball push on Connor Bernal for BYU. He'll be sitting in the box for a second here. BYU down a man. Cal getting their guys on. In this man up, look for them to draw a man, try to get a 2-on-1 situation, see if they can answer back here.
Extra man offense is a critical area for the offense to capitalize here, especially being down a goal early, Eric. Talk to us about how hard it is to defend that extra man.
Oh, it's tough. I mean, you really just try to give up a great goal.
Speak of the devil, hits Jake Postotnik at the top, call it 12 yards out, with a ripper. It looked like far off hip side. That was a nice pass and a nice shot.
Cohen, I've been really impressed with Jake Postotnik ever since he's joined the Bears team. He's been one of those guys who just hustles all over the field. Great face-off guy. He's got a great shot. Stepped up there, stuck one for the Bears.
And a very nice skip pass on the extra man offense. Nice team lacrosse there. We got a tie game, Eric. Back at the X, BYU with a clean win. The face-off man takes it straight to the goal. Unable to connect with BYU. Holds on to the ball as they were the closest to the end line. And the Cougars settle into their half-field offense.
That's Jack Varvel, number 14 for the Cougars. Interesting to see him pushing the ball there for a face-off guy. Cal's going to have to really step up and stop him on any fast break opportunities.
Certainly something to be wary of are the dangerous face-off middies. Don't want to give them a clear sight to goal and an easy shot on Nick Beattie.
Ooh, big skip pass and a great save.
Speaking of Nick Beattie, he makes a nice save on the BYU midfielder number 8 there. A little low-to-low worm borner, but Nick Beattie gets the better of it. Cal,
sloppy play out there. Quick turnover.
Yeah, and Eric, you don't like to see those after your goalie makes a nice save and a good defensive stand.
Yep, those are always the tough ones to give up. You work hard to make a stop, get the turnover. You really want to clear the ball. We'll see if Cal can tighten that up.
Now for BYU, the folks that we're keeping our eye on here, Harry Woodups on the attack side.
Ooh, great play.
And BYU gets one right back. That's number 22, Winston Farley. He was the next attackman to watch for BYU. Great off ball, 29 goals, 10 assists last year.
Cohen, BYU offense there. Looks like they had a skip pass, one pass, another pass. Got a quick goal inside. Good ball movement by BYU. Tough to defend.
And we're just under 4 minutes into the game here. We already got a 2-1 score. A lot of up and down action.
Looks like that's Jake Postotnik back at the X. He's battling some injuries, but good to see him taking some draws.
That's right. He was unclear whether he was going to be able to suit up today, and already has a goal and a face-off win under his belt.
Here's another one.
Another shot from Jake Postotnik, about 15 out. Nice save by BYU keeper Daylon Hampshire. It's a sophomore for them in net. BYU going the other way.
Here we go. This is the BYU face-off midi again, looking to push some action in transition. Jack Varvel.
BYU skipping it around the horn as they get settled into their offense, into their 2-3-1 set here.
Looks like some big drives from up top for BYU, drawing the slide, banging it and taking some big shots from outside.
Number 23, Tanner Johnson, loses the ball, picks it back up, but unable to get a shot off.
Ooh, great look by Lizanich.
To number 20, 7, looked like Matt Keeney there. Cal holds on to the ball. With number 7, Jake Lombardo taking it out back. That was a great pass, and on those odd man breaks, you love to convert those. You don't get a ton of point blank opportunities like that, Eric.
Yeah, Coach. I just called you Coach. Good work out
there. There you go.
But Lozanich is one of those guys that a coach would love. He's a long stick biddy, ball hog, gets it up and likes to get it upfield. Had a nice look to the attackman there who just missed. Ooh.
That was like number 12, Matt Dixon with the take. Matt is another freshman for Cal out of a local guy out of St. Ignatius in San Francisco. I know the coaching staff has high expectations out of him. BYU with a big hit that did not draw the flag. Nice play by there.
That's Artie Walters on the big hit for BYU.
Yeah, they're going the other way.
BYU's a big physical team. Cal's going to have to stay on their toes, really keep your head on a swivel, look for those guys sliding hard, and beat BYU by moving the ball more than running through guys.
That's right. Oftentimes the hard sliders, aggressive defense also are the ones most susceptible to a backdoor look, just like the one BYU just received. A good pass by the BYU attackman, number 16 Chandler Westcott, but unable to finish, and a crease violation sends the ball the other way for the Cal Bears. There you go again.
Ooh,
an aggressive slide by BYU and forcing a Cal turnover in midfield, and that is a dangerous place to turn the ball over.
Good defense there by number 13, Finian Meager, one of the starting defenders for Cal. Slowed down transition, got the ball on the ground. BYU picks it back up. Look at BYU try to set. It looks like they're in a 2-3-1 set. Quick turnover.
Some sloppiness in the last couple of minutes with Cal turning the ball over and then BYU giving it right back.
Here we go again with the 10-man ride for BYU, putting the pressure on Cal's goalie and long sticks to clear the ball. Clearing against a 10-man ride is really tough because it's hard to find the open guy. It's usually a pass like that where he's open.
And that was an excellent pass by long pole number 44, Zach Shore.
Here comes
turning
Cal.
into a good opportunity for the Cal Bears. Great execution in Eric, just like we were talking about. When you see an aggressive 10-man ride like that, those are if you're able to break it with such a good pass from Zach Shore, that creates opportunities the other way.
That's Sean Tran, the freshman attackman, playing like a senior there. He could have taken that first shot, but instead took the extra step, increased his angle, put the ball in the net. Great play by Sean.
Beautiful, and you see folks at home shielding that stick, taking the extra 2 steps to increase the angle and put it away home. That's Sean Tran, the leading scorer on Cal right now with 17 points coming into the game, make it 18.
Look at that, and he's got 13 assists, 4 goals on the year so far. Looking like a good finisher right there. Looks like they called Cal playing with the free hand. Here comes BYU. Referees taking their time to blow the whistle there. I don't think BYU likes that.
Yeah, this is a team that, like we've talked about, they move fast. They want to catch their opponents off guard, and it means Cal's going to have to be on their toes all game and waiting for those quick starts. Now BYU settling into their half-field offense. A dodge up top.
Again, they're dodging up top, drawing a slide, and looking to the crease right away. Cal, it looks like their defense is getting together. They're saying, hey, we got to crash down inside.
That's right.
They can't leave that open.
And like Chris Severson, number 8, dodging up top, finding Winston Farley there for a good look that didn't find the back of the net.
So great skip passes by BYU.
But Nick Beattie, goalie for Cal Bears, holding strong. Not letting the ball get to the back of the net. That might have hit the pipe there. You got Connor Bernal on the restart here for BYU. Someone's got to pick him up. Looks
like Cal might have dropped in a little zone defense off that play there.
Looks like it.
Again, inside.
That is a good stick on the feed. Was that Zach Shore? on knocking the ball down.
Great hustle play up there by Chris Severson with BYU, number 8. Looks like Cal comes up with it.
Cal trying to push the restart, doesn't have anything and settles it down, which is oftentimes the right move in a situation where the ball's moving up and down the field. That was Matt Keeney, another freshman, with sort of veteran poise back there.
Cohen, looks like a number 27 on Cal. Looks like some vintage Sam Schlomer back there, grabbing the rock, settling it down, making the smart play to slow things down.
We hope Sam is joining us from New York City.
BYU put some big-time pressure on the adjacent guys, puts the pressure on Pistotnik to make a play.
That's right, and that's expected from this team. In this game, it was Cam Lopez looking for the back pipe, but the BYU goaltender picks it off. Heads-up play by Dallon Hampshire. But Cal riding hard. And
it's a great play again by the freshman, Sean Tran, putting the pressure on the long stick. Looks like they'll get the ball back, see if they move quickly here.
It will. Sean Tran, nice hustle play out of him. And Eric, those are the little plays that create possessions, which create goal scoring opportunities, and that's a nice ride there by Sean Tran on the extra hustle.
Ooh, great check from BYU. That's number 13, Zach Burbridge. Wraparound check, got the ball out. Here comes BYU back with the ball.
These are not easy checks to land, and BYU coming down the other way. That was a catching Cal on a tough sub, but Nick Beattie again holding strong and making a nice save there.
Cohen, here we go with the up and down.
Oh, beautiful. That is Cal. That's number 39, Sean Tran, with his second of the day. Great up and down play, taking advantage of a transition opportunity. Sean's burying his opportunities.
He's playing big, that's what you want to see with the freshman, stepping up against a big physical team like BYU. He's had a great first quarter so far.
And with 4 minutes left to play, it is now Cal 3, BYU 2, in what has been an up and down first quarter for both teams.
I think it's good for Cal's confidence to play, this is BYU's type of speed here, this up and down, and Cal getting the better of it as of late. We'll see if that lasts through the game.
That's right, and Cal again riding hard off of the BYU face-off win. You can see it doesn't always create a turnover, but it can, and it's good to see that hustle out of the Bears.
Here we go, BYU settling in with 2 guys on their crease. Well, actually looks like they're getting the right guys on. Look for more and more of that pick action inside. It seems to be effective against Cal's defense so far.
Got good footwork out of the BYU attackman, but Josh Chen, president of the Cal lacrosse team, staying right with him.
That's right. Always good to see the president getting out there. As a club program, we rely on our players a lot to take some leadership roles. Josh is doing a great job.
Yeah. Heads up lacrosse. Nice pick there by
that's
number.
The Lizard.
That's the Lizard. Not the first pick we'll see all day. And Cal's going the other way. 44, Zach Shore taking the shot. Doesn't hit the net, Eric, but he's aiming for the corners.
Hey, that's a possession shot, Go. You'll take it.
That's right.
Oh, and he's back for more.
Oh, nice look. Nice look by number 17, Matt Lazanich. And nice recovery. That is not easy to do after dropping the lacrosse ball with a long pole, and he's able to get the ball back and get it out of his stick.
Yeah, you like to see that. Some good aggressive play from the Cal defense. They're comfortable on the field shooting the ball. One thing you don't want to do is run the ball down the field as a defender, throw it to the goalie with a bad shot, and be running back the other way trying to find some air to breathe.
That's right, and I like, Eric, some aggressive play by Cal. Not playing scared, taking the shots that we like to see here against a bigger and older BYU team.
Yeah, Code, they're playing with some poise, which is good after, they went down 8-1 last week against Utah. This is Cal, and good to see them coming out early and looking like a confident team out here.
BYU brings the double.
Great double team.
That is a textbook double team.
It's number 10, Artie Walters. I think we've said his name before. Great slide, good takeaway check, and we'll see if he can get the ball up.
That's right, and the Bears are going to have to watch out for that all game long. BYU, we know, likes to bring the double team, and especially on attackmen or midfielders that aren't that are in their blind spot. BYU again pushing transition, gets into a tight situation and call a timeout.
Co, what do you think? We got 1:24 left in the quarter. Cal's up 3-2. Pretty even game so far. What do you think?
That's right. It's my heart's pounding. It's been there's been a lot of action. I think, BYU came out hot, took it to the Bears. I think the Cal took some lumps but I think it's probably outplayed BYU the last few minutes and are up 3-2 because of it. We'll see what BYU comes out with here. They've been getting into their offense quickly. There's a minute and a half left. Are they going to try to kill some clock before getting into it, or go right into their set and push for a goal?
Yeah, I think they've gotten some good looks inside, and will probably continue to do that. So Cal has, I think, escaped a few inside shots there. Nick Beattie bailed them out a couple times, and then some shots just off the goal. So I think Cal defensively needs to focus on, again, shutting down the inside.
That's right. And Eric, there's BYU's been finding opportunities on the crease, but we've also seen some good stick work in the middle of the field by the Cal long poles. How important is that with a team like BYU?
Yeah, it's big. I mean, I think we saw some turnovers early on in this quarter in the clearing game, but at the offensive and defensive settled 6-on-6. It's been pretty clean on both ends. Some good lacrosse out here.
The timeout wraps up. BYU takes the field.
You always got to look for a playoff, a timeout like this. BYU called timeout. They might have a special timeout play, same way Cal might have a little different look defensively for BYU. Again, BYU with two guys inside.
It's a 1-4-1 set for the Cougars. They're spinning the ball. There's 1-4-1 sets, two inside. Look for picks. Looks like they're taking their time.
Cal's doing a good job passing off the inside man and crashing on the backside to help inside.
Looks like they're in a zone, right, Eric?
Looks like a bit of a zone. Ooh.
That is a shot.
Tough low angle shot, but he squeezed it in.
23 Tanner. That's 25.
That was 25.
25 Harry Wadoops. That was a rip, and it was not a great angle, but he found the back of the net there. We have a tie game.
Yeah, Cohen, defensively for Cal, I think that's an okay look to give up. I think it was just a great shot. I'm sure Nick Beattie will like that one back on the low angle shot there, but it was a rip.
That's right. And credit Harry for finding the corner. BYU wins the face-off, but errant pass. We have a ground ball.
Ooh.
These are the battles that win you lacrosse games here, and Cal comes up with the ball, but BYU hot on their tails.
That was a Zach Shore with the first try at it, and then Matt Dixon with Cal picks it up. Again, the pressure ride from BYU. Here comes Dylan Lee.
Dylan Lee, and he is a ride breaker if you'll ever find one with those quick feet. Nice, a tough pass and a really nice catch across the field by Sean Tran again. Making strong plays for the Cal attack. We have a turnover. Eric, did you see what that was?
I didn't see that call. We have 10 seconds left in the quarter. Here comes BYU. Big rip.
Another big rip.
That's Wadoops again. Similar spot.
I think if there's one thing we've learned in the last minute and 20 seconds is that you cannot give Harry Wadoops, number 25, time and room, Eric.
That's right. It looks like he was shooting from the righty side, but that looks like a vintage Dan Cohen from the lefty spot. For all our fans out there, Dan Cohen All-American back in the day. Fun to be up here in the booth.
We got 3 seconds left, probably no more scoring action here. That's the quarter. We wrap it up. BYU 4, Cal 3. It was an up and down quarter. We'll see if Cal can strike back here after giving 2 in the last 90 seconds.
Absolutely. Cole, let's take a quick break. We're here on NorCal Sports TV, live from Memorial Stadium. We'll be back soon.
And we're back online here. Eric, a quick BYU goal, 14 seconds in. BYU now up 5-3 on the transition opportunity.
Looks like a 3-goal run for BYU late in that first quarter into the second. Lacrosse is one of those games of momentum. It looks like BYU has it right now, but a big ground ball by Postotnik for Cal. See if they can settle it, get a good look here.
That's right, and oftentimes face-offs are the key to stopping or creating momentum.
Ooh,
Cal strikes
look.
right back. Number 15.
That's Rusty McDonough.
Rusty
from Cal.
McDonough, yeah. Father on the sideline. Nice shot there. You know, those bounce goals in the far corner are not the prettiest goals, but they're effective. And Rusty put it in the back of the net at a time when Cal really needed one.
That's right. Good look from the attackman at Cal. I did not see who that was with the assist, but a little unsettled situation, finding the freshman midfielder up top. Good look.
And again, in a game like this that is so back and forth, it's often the face-off X that can make the difference. Cal struggling to take it. And a great over-the-head check.
That's Zach Shore.
Zach Shore putting the ball on the ground.
Here comes Lazanich with the clear for Cal. Again, very comfortable with the ball on the stick.
So effective there, even with long poles on him, what have you. Now, Jake Postotnik with the ball. We'll see if Cal settles and catches their breath here for a second.
That's Jake Lombardo with the ball at X, number 7 for Cal. He had a good year last year in his freshman campaign. This attack for Cal is competitive. It's, no one's guaranteed a starting spot out here with 2 freshmen starting, so it's competitive out there.
It's number 12, Matt Dixon, with the dodge. Got Jake Lombardo on the ball with the crease.
BYU with aggressive adjacent defense. They're not letting Cal move the ball very easily here.
Oh, wow, and that's number 39, Sean Tran, just boring his way into the crease. No one slides, hits the pipe. It's a good take. Cal holds onto the ball.
Looks like JP Josie with the quick drive. Might have found that 5-hole.
Yeah, that strong ready dodge by JP Josie going 5-hole. Ties the game up for the Bears, 5-5. Well done. Nice play by the senior.
Yeah, it's a good play. This unsettled, taking advantage of the defense not being fully set. Both teams being very opportunistic out here. Lots of goals, 5-5 early in the second. On pace for a shootout.
That's right. I think we got one here, Eric.
We'll take it. It'll be fun to call. That makes 4 different players for Cal with points on the board today. Pretty typical of the Cal team. They don't have one superstar, if you will. They just have a lot of guys that get the job done and try to share the wealth.
That's right. And Cal coming up with another face-off win, but an errant pass, throwing it away. Eric, can't have many of those in a game like this.
Yeah, that's a tough one. This seems like every possession there's a goal scored, so something like that, you're missing an opportunity to just put one on the board.
Cal Ride forces an errant pass on BYU this time. They get it right back. That's Jake Postotnik with the ball to Jake Lombardo. Back to Postotnik. Goes behind the back for the low, I'd say low percentage opportunity. But Cal holds on the ball. Some nifty stick skills there.
Call it a possession shot.
Yeah, we'll give that to him. We'll give it to him. Cal holding on to the ball. Got 12 minutes left in the quarter. It feels like there's a lot more time has gone by given all the goals that have been scored this quarter.
That's right. Another good
It's number 6, Cam Lopez.
Good hustle play there.
Yeah.
Force a turnover.
Cal has been forcing turnovers out of BYU. It's they're getting the ball back and doing a good job. We got the second line midfield out. Cam Lopez, Jake Postotnik, Mike Bellis. Watch out for him to shoot it. There's a shot. Good defense by the BYU defensive midi, forcing a wide shot. Cal holds onto the ball.
Ooh, good 2-man game from behind from the attack.
It's a slick split dodge by Matt Keeney.
The 2 freshmen back there having some fun. Reminds me of the old Max McCone, Nick Sheehan days, the freshman connection.
Yeah.
I think they're in the house watching the game. Always good to see alumni out here from Cal.
Mike Bellis forced to right and into the crease. Looks like BYU is going to take over the ball here.
I like that take there for Mike Bellis. Gets inside. He's probably within 8 yards there. Had a decent angle. Just looks like he ran into the crease after shooting.
Cal letting the BYU goalie take the ball up. I think they want the ball in his hands.
Looks like Cal's gotten out of their 10-man ride. Maybe being burned on it early. They're probably thinking twice.
That is offsides on BYU, and another, that is a sloppy play by BYU that you don't expect out of a more seasoned team like the Cougars. I'm sure Matt Shank is pulling his hair out a little bit with the turnovers from that side of the ball.
Yeah, here we go. Mike Bellis back in at the. He's coming off. He had some good looks. Dylan Lee, number 10 for Cal, is one of the offensive creators. See if he can get involved.
That's right. It looks like Cal slowing the pace down, getting their first line mids out there. JP Josie, Dylan Lee, Matt Dixon. They've had some success. We'll see if they can create some more offense here.
Good defense by BYU. look to be number 10. That's
Matt Dixon with the long take. It's a low shot that the BYU goaltender scoops up easily. And BYU tries to clear again after 2 failed clears. But not this time. They get it to midfielder Chris Severson and settle it down themselves.
it's good defense by Artie Walters again for BYU. Good save by their goalie, Dalen Hampshire. Looks like we might be getting a little more defense here as the Tides have turned to a bit of a slower pace after the frenzied up and down of earlier in the game.
That's right, earlier in the quarter.
That's right. Both
BYU.
these teams have deep benches, so they can play up and down like this. Not every team in the MCLA has that on their sideline.
That's right. There's a lot of depth from both these teams. And, the Cal team is always ready to go deeper down the bench, and a nice save by Nick Beattie. He's scooping up a low-to-low worm burner easily there. He's seeing the ball right now.
Yeah, that was a shot by Chris Severson. Again, a good skip pass from BYU.
Again,
Get some shots.
That's Dylan Lee breaking the double team. I think Net'll take Dylan against a double team most days. Dylan Lee then with the lefty shot about 10 yards out, unable to get by goalie Dalen Hampshire. BYU going the other way.
Good clear. Levy Smith from BYU, getting the pressure from Dylan Lee. Took a few checks, ran the ball down. BYU timeout.
That's right, and after a number of possessions without much coming out of it, BYU decides to bring the troops together, see if they can work something out.
Tied up at 5-5 here. It's been up and down. Cal is up early. BYU bounced back. Cal tied it back up. So far, it's been a great game.
That's right. And I think we've been seeing some good offensive lacrosse here, out of both sides. Again, in games like this, when there is a lot of scoring going on, it's the possessions that count. You got to continue watching for the team that takes care of the ball and who's winning at the face-off X.
Absolutely.
Eric, what are you looking for out of the Cal defense out of the break here?
I think they still have to focus on shutting down those inside looks right in front of the goal. By doing that, they do give up some of these skip passes that BYU's taking advantage of. But I think you take a 10, 12-yard shot over a 6 to 8-yard shot any day. Give Nick Beattie a chance to make those saves.
That's right. And timeout wrapping up here. We've got a tick under 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Cal 5, BYU 5. BYU starting with the ball here out of the timeout.
BYU always starts in that one crease set and then move. Ooh, quick turnover.
That is great defense by number 14 for the Bears, Nick White, as he tries to clear the ball with a double team. BYU is a tenacious riding team, forcing Nick White to roll back. What is a smart play. You don't often want to try to go through a double team, but find the open man.
Yeah, Cohen, that's that 10-man ride again from BYU. You just can't find the open man if you're Cal because there is no open man. They're doing a great job forcing the turnovers.
Cal getting a flag thrown on them. Eric, I don't know if I saw anything there.
Looks like they're calling a slash on number 6, Cameron Lopez. Or maybe not on Cameron. That might be on Matt Lazanich, number 17.
Might have been I'm not sure how happy Ned Webster is with that call, but it does not matter. They do not make callbacks in lacrosse, and it is extra man offense for BYU.
That's right. There's no challenge flags quite yet. Oh, big rip.
That was a low to high shot by number 8, Chris Severson. Chris is a guy that starts a lot of their offense. They like to run through him. That was a great rip.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times there. This one he got in the corner of the net, but earlier in the game, getting those skip passes to him, he is not afraid to let it rip.
That he did. We're back at the face-off X here. After the BYU goal, extra man goal, that is. Cal actually wins the draw, but BYU comes up with the ball. Risky pass.
Got a little close there.
Towards the goal. BYU long pole did not pick that up. That easily could have gone and been an own goal.
It's a good pickup in traffic by Riley Christensen for BYU, the freshman.
That's right. Oh, a nice poke check. Cal long pole, number 34. But BYU comes back up with it. That's 34, Jack Gillespie. Jack is a new addition to the squad, and I believe he's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
And I know they are getting the defensive unit is excited about what he's bringing, and I think that poke check there is proof of what he's adding to this team. That was a nice play.
Absolutely, he's got big shoes to fill with Lazanich, but looks like he's got that poke check down.
That's right. 2 LSM's always better than 1. We got a quick pause for the BYU midfielder to get his helmet buckled up. We're back.
Safety first.
That's right.
Good lefty dodge.
Ooh, great lefty dodge, finding an open Chandler Westcott on the doorstep, but unable to put it away. Nice save by Nick Beattie there. But BYU holds on to the ball. After an opportunity like that, you want to see your defensive unit come up with the ball and take it back the other way. Long skip pass.
Oh, this pipe is taking some hits today, Cohen.
All right, Zach Labrum with the helmet buckled up has a big shot. Hits the crossbar, it looked like. Another great shot. Nick Beattie with the save. Eric, Cal defense on their heels right now.
Yeah, Cohen, if you give a team this many shots, if they hit this many pipes, it's not far off from being goals here. Cal needs to tighten up a bit. So good looks by BYU. They're getting looks inside. They're getting the skip passes. They're finding the open man. It's tough to defend. Looks like BYU is just a step ahead right now.
That's right. This is going to be a big possession for both teams here.
BYU's doing a great job. They make the skip pass. They're looking for a shot, and if it's not there, they're moving it immediately to keep Cal moving. Don't give them a chance to take a breath, really, is BYU's offense right now.
That's right. It's good offensive lacrosse. And number 25 for BYU, Harry Wadoops, taking another shot. He has scored from that angle before today, but not this time. Nick Beattie with a nice save, and Cal is in transition.
Here we go again with the 10-man ride. Cal could look to shoot here. It's an open goal.
That is right.
The goalie's way out, but it seems to be an effective ride for BYU.
That's right. Jake Lombardo, they brought their attackman back. Jake gets it. I know he's sure-handed. The team trusts him with the ball and draws the foul, so Cal keeps the ball. And again, transition opportunity. BYU has been giving up these for a lot of the game, and Cal has been doing a nice job of trying to capitalize. Didn't quite get the back of the net there, but high-quality look.
This is Jake Lombardo with the low-to-low rip, worm burner, if you will. Couldn't put it on cage.
Cal settling into their half-field offense. We got the second line midfielders here. Mike Bellis, Jake Postotnik, Cam Lopez. Tossing it around the horn, getting people touches. BYU continuing to play out on the adjacent.
Yeah, they don't want to make it easy for Cal to get the ball around. Looks like Cal called a timeout. Coach Webster might want to discuss, hey, how are we going to approach this pressure defense from BYU? It definitely makes you change your offense, but it also opens up a lot of space inside. So we'll see if Cal can take advantage here and make some adjustments.
That's right. And down a goal here. We've got 3 minutes, 17 seconds left in the half. BYU had coming off of a good possession where they were not able to put it in the back of the net. Cal probably wants to give their defense a breather here, Eric, and also get one for their own right.
Yeah, I think that last possession by BYU, Cal probably escaped one there. There were at least 3 or 4 good shots by BYU. Couldn't find the back of the net. Cal has the ball. Calling a timeout here, maybe take a deep breath. Give, like you said, give the defense a chance to regroup. See if Cal can dial up a play here.
That's right, and last year, Coach Webster had a nice track record out of timeouts. We'll see if he's got something drawn up for the guys. Looks like Cal starting off in an open set. This can be used to make the adjacent passes shorter, but don't expect them to stay in it too long.
So looks like BYU comes right back out in the pressure adjacents. Looks like Cal is just cutting through the adjacent man to try to make these passes a little easier outside. But they're really putting the pressure on this young Cal team to show some poise here under pressure.
That's right, and I think Cal doing a nice job not coughing up the ball here. Keep at him. The opportunities. Dylan Lee ends up in the crease though. I think sometimes moving so quickly, you end up on the goal faster than you want to be, and kind of a tough angle ends up running right into the crease. So BYU taking the ball the other way here. See if Cal can come away with another stop.
Yeah, big time pressure from BYU. I think Cal handled it okay early, but turned out to get a turnover. We'll see if they continue that pressure from BYU.
That's right, and BYU cycling it behind the net. They've been running the offense mostly through their midfielders. See that again, but a tough kind of back foot throw from BYU attackman, unable to connect with his teammate at X. And Cal picks up the turnover.
Yeah, that's that same skip pass BYU's been working off. They've been effective so far, but it's not an easy pass, and right there we saw a turnover.
That is a triple team from BYU.
Tough pressure inside.
They have no qualms throwing multiple folks at the ball. Coach Ned Webster senses the pressure, calls the timeout. I think he wants a goal this possession. Eric just, as a long pole coming up the field, clearing the ball. What's it like to have 2, sometimes 3 guys in your face?
Yeah, I mean, usually you want to run away from these guys. If you see 2 or 3 guys in front of you, usually the best move is to roll back, throw it to a teammate, let him maybe take on 1 guy or hopefully no guys on a clear. I think Cal should take their time a little more on the clear, keep the field real spread. If the BYU goalie's out of the cage, they can take some shots. I mean, you can get some shots from 50, 60 yards, try to get it in the cage. If not, chase it back with an attackman. You can get a free clear that way.
That's right. Just make sure you have that attackman chasing it down.
Yeah, you don't want to get too far out of your game and start doing goofy things out there, but you got to keep BYU honest a bit too. If they're throwing this 10-man every time, the goal is open.
That's right, and actually Cal, I think, doing a decent job the last few possessions, holding on to the ball, getting it to their offense, not getting pushed around by the aggressive BYU 10-man, but you always got to be on your toes in that situation, or you're gonna have two guys right in front of you, and that's hard. And these BYU players they hustle, they're big, they're good at defense. It's not easy to break a 10-man in that situation.
Yeah, Co, these are the types of times where for Cal, you know, a young team, you want to see someone step up, take control here, maybe get a goal and even this game up for Cal.
That's right. We got the first-line midfielders out here. Ned running it through X with a nice two-man game, creating some opportunity.
Good looking slide.
That is a beautiful play. That was Jake Lombardo to what looked like number 39, Sean Tran.
I think that's a Hattie for Sean Tran.
It is, and that is just on the replay. That's just a great cut. Fakes it high, goes low corner. Are we sure he's a freshman?
Hey, that's what we've been told, and that's what the stats say. But he's sure not playing like one.
That's right, and that's a goal when you can tell Ned 1-1. It ties up the game, and one where momentum's been crucial. Nice and just a nice play, a nice look by Jake Lombardo, nice finish by Sean Tran. It's a team goal.
Battle at the X. Looks like BYU comes up with
going the other way, just like
quick
that.
Answer.
Exactly. Great shot.
Jack Varvel, again, the face-off man from BYU, proving he wants to score the ball.
He appears to be a shoot-first kind of guy out of the draw. Eric, in that situation, just really need the defense to slide to him.
Yeah, you know, anytime it's a 4-on-3 break, it's tough. Puts the defense in a tough spot, but they do need to pick up the ball first and make BYU make a pass or two, make them earn those goals. But great shot by Varvel.
Right, we're back at the face-off X here. Number 16, Jake Postotnik, looking to win it for the Bears. He does come away with it, scoops it up. Nice win for the Bears by Jake when they needed it. Nice poke check by BYU. Goes the other way. Jake wants that one back.
Great check by Zach Burbage, the freshman long stick midi from BYU. Tough to time those checks up. He did a great job there.
That's right. We got 40 seconds left in the half. BYU has the ball. Number 7, Connor Bernal, with the dodge and quick shot, unable to find the back of the net, but his teammate is there. From number 16, Chandler Westcott with the dodge from X. He takes a shot, unable to connect on the net.
BYU is not slowing down here. They're playing with some pace, not afraid to take some shots.
That's right. They want another goal before the half.
Oh, big save. Foot save.
Nick Beattie, unafraid, ball down. 3 BYU guys, only 1 Cal Bear. It's hard to win that battle, but BYU throws the ball away. We have 0 seconds on the clock, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for the half. We wrap up the first half here at Memorial Stadium. Cal 6, or BYU 7, Cal 6. That is. Look, is there any? No flags to end the half. That's how we're winding up. Eric, up and down first half.
Yeah, this is some good lacrosse. You know, this is the type of matchup you'd expect from Cal coming in at number 8 in the polls. Not to put too much weight on them so early on in the year, but BYU at number 4. So top 10 matchup, pretty even. Should be a really exciting second half on a beautiful day in Berkeley, California.
That's right. And from the Bears side, we have Sean Tran pacing the pack with 3 goals, followed by a goal apiece by Jake Postotnik, JP Josie, and Rusty McDonough. So pretty even scoring from the gang, and overall a well-matched first half. Excited for the second, Eric.
Absolutely. Cool, let's take a quick break here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the second half action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back from second half lacrosse action. BYU 7, Cal 6. Cal coming up with a draw here. Number 45, Kit Stoddard with the win.
Got a 1-goal game here, Co. It should be an exciting second half.
What more can you ask for, Eric? Than
Yeah.
1-goal lacrosse game.
Beautiful Saturday, late February.
Everything you could want, and maybe the Cal Bears win. That's what we really want. Cal, first line midfield, settling the action down. BYU continuing to come out on the midfielders, not give up the easy adjacent pass. Got a dodge from behind. Matt Keeney, the freshman. Cal tries to play the two-man game from behind. Matt Keeney ending up with a short stick on him, finding number 9, JP Josie. JP's got a big shot.
That's a cannon. Co, it looks like BYU defense really packing it in tight.
A quick restart. Matt Keeney gets, the BYU defender gets in his hand, forcing a high pass and an easy pickoff. BYU going the other way, looking for a transition opportunity. Number 16, Chandler Westcott with a nice step around and putting it in the back of the net. That's a goal for BYU.
Co, looks like number 4, Jake Hugard, the midfielder there. Some wheels, opening up some space in the middle of the field, giving BYU that opportunity to take a 2-goal lead.
That's right, 8-6 BYU on the transition goal. Back off at the face-off X. And Eric, anytime there's a 2-goal differential, that next goal is a big one. The difference between a 3-goal game and a 1-goal game is big.
That's right. That game of momentum, getting down 3, you start worrying like, oh, is this out of reach? Keeping it within 2, it feels much, much closer.
Kid Stoddard, face-off guy for Cal, giving him a good start by winning second consecutive draw to start the half off here.
It's like Cal's getting their first line middies on. Again, JP Josie, Dylan Lee leading up that group. See how they decide to run this offense. The last possession, they were driving hard from the attackmen. BYU shut that down. We'll see if they come back from the midfield here.
Lots of pressure out on freshman Sean Tran. He has 3 goals so far in the game. JP Josie taking an alley dodge, finding the back of the net. That's a goal by JP Josie, the senior. Forced down the alley, picks a corner, Eric, bottom left. That was a beautiful shot.
Oh, that's impressive. He had some pressure. I didn't think he was going to shoot, but he managed to get his hands free, put that low and away. Goalie could not make the save. Great play by the senior, JP Josie. He's fired up. The Bears get some energy here.
He is. And when you're, he's a senior, veteran player like JP, you know how big a game like this is. Great to see him step up with his second goal of the game. Nice shot, JP. We're back at the face-off X. This time, Jake Pistotnik at the X. Came up, won the draw, but BYU comes up with it, going right back the other way. This guy likes to shoot. Shoots, indeed he does, but unable to put it away. And nice save by Nick Beattie.
Cohen, these face-offs have been pretty even throughout our stats. From last half haven't come in yet, but it's pretty even out there, which is keeping this game close. If you have a dominant face-off guy, you get an extra, 5-10 more possessions a game. That really goes a long way.
That's right, and something to keep an eye on as this game goes on. It's a 1-goal game. The more time passes, the more important each incremental face-off becomes.
I think that was a penalty on number 13, Finnegan Meager, for the Bears. Ooh, big shot.
That's number 25, Harry Wadoops. We know they want him in that spot. He has 2 goals from that exact location.
Kona,
It's the crossbar.
I think that's a low-angle shot, but he's proven that it's not. Somehow he can create some space there, and he's really challenging Nick Beattie on that shot.
That's right. Usually, as a long pole, that is a shot you are taught to give up, but everyone has their sweet spot, and that appears to be his.
Here he is again.
But that is a Harry Wadoops again with the shot. Nick Beattie staying up high, standing tall. Nice save by the sophomore captain out of Florida.
This is a tough clear for the Bears. Down a man,
It's a
plus
great
the
pass.
10-man.
Zach Shore is unafraid to make the long pass, and he's been very adept at it all game. That's a second big pass he's made across the field. Nice double team on Jake Lombardo by the BYU Cougars, and they get the ball back and take it the other way.
BYU continuing this high pressure pace of play here. Down a man, they have the opportunity to double without giving up any open looks. They took advantage, put the ball on the ground, got it back on offense.
And another shot down the alley by Chandler Westcott, saved by Nick Beattie. He is coming up big here, ladies and gentlemen. These last 2 possessions, another great save to keep the Bears within 1.
Yeah, Cohen, BYU has 29 shots on the day. I know Nick Beattie has saved a good chunk of those. He's playing great.
That was a high pass by Rusty McDonough, it looked like. Could not connect with the Cal attackman, and BYU's going the other way on another transition opportunity. High shot, and Nick Beattie is the closest to the ball. That is Cal goalie Nick Beattie, and so Cal gets the ball going the other way. Eric again to start off the quarter. This is an up and down lacrosse game.
Up and down. That was Tanner Johnson, number 23 for BYU, with the big lefty shot. And just pressure all over. They're playing as if there's 2 minutes left, and it's a 1-goal game. This is quite the aggressive play out here.
That's right. And Sean Tran continues moving his feet, doesn't get pinned into a corner. So way to get out of trouble there by the freshman attackman. But those are also the situations where you want to pick that head up and see if you can find the open man, because if 2 or 3 guys are on you, there's got to be 1 or 2 guys open at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good test for Cal. The young team, they got to play with poise under this pressure. This is a close game. This is really a good one. Good drive from up top.
That's right. And that was second line midi putting the pressure on. That's a goal. Number 16, Jake Pistotnik, finding the back of the net for the second time this afternoon. Nice shot by the sophomore midfielder. Eric, you'd love to see, if you're Ned Webster, you'd love to see production out of your second line mids.
Absolutely, and Pistotnik is the guy to lead that charge. He's got a great shot, both lefty and righty. He's a playmaker. He's the guy that'll step up when you need it. And we have an 8-8 tied game, Cohen. 9:15 left in the third.
Bears clawing back after being down 2 to tie it up. You'd love to see that, especially out of a young team. Kids started at the face-off X looking for another win. Cal comes up with the ball. It's number 34, Jack Gillespie, the freshman, long stick midfielder. He has the ball, but BYU isn't letting him get rid of it, shutting out his outlet passes. Makes a nice pass, number 10, Dylan Lee.
Here comes Cal doing a good job. The freshman there with some poise. He couldn't find anyone open. He has a long stick out there. Great job finding Dylan Lee across the field.
That's right. Love to see a dodge out of Dylan Lee here. Although the BYU putting their long stick midfielder on him, always a tough matchup. We've got the fans yelling for a hold on against Sean Tran, that is. Close call, but refs.
JP drawing a slide.
Passes it away to 7, Jake Lombardo. Way to pick up the ball. Jake has 3 guys on him. Someone's got to be open. Cal finding
Look at those
wide
passes.
open man, wide in front of the net. That is Team Lacrosse in the goal. It looks like number 39. Is that Sean Tran?
I think
That is.
30, that's Sean Tran again.
Fourth
number
goal,
4.
but and way to find the back of the net. But that was a team goal. Matt Keeney, number 27, with the assist. Eric, when you got 3 guys on you like Jake Lombardo did, if you move the ball, there's going to be openings.
That's what you got to do. The ball's on the ground. BYU playing ultra aggressive. They're sending 2. You pick it up, you move it as fast as you can, and hopefully on the backside you have a 4-on-2 type situation. Cal, I think, had a 3-on-1, and they put it away.
That's right. Another face-off win for the Bears. Matt Lazanich picking it up off the ground. And
here comes BYU with the 10-man ride again.
That's right.
Puts the pressure right back on Cal.
Nice, clear way to move your feet. That's number 6, Cam Lopez. BYU goalie needs to run back into the net. BYU continuing to put the pressure on, despite getting caught for 3 straight goals. Cal has the momentum here and the ball. We'll see if they can take it from a 1 to a 2-goal lead here. Number 43, Michael Bellis with the take. Gets stopped, but Cal holds on to the ball. Michael Bellis, also a freshman.
Cohen, Michael Bellis had some good looks today. Seems to be able to beat his man, getting inside and taking some good shots.
Sorry, Jake Pastatnet, unable to
Looks
corral
like a
the
push
ball.
from behind.
Drops it, but Cal comes up with it. Sean Tran has the ball right now. He's got 4 goals, and a sneaky 4 that is.
That's right. He's been scoring from inside, fending off some pressure and getting his hands free to put it in the net. There he's
Sean
again
Tran
inside.
Find him, holds onto the ball, dishes out. That's a goal. Boom goes the dynamite.
Boom. Cohen, that's number 43, Michael Bellis, finally getting one to stick. That's a rip from outside.
Eric Sunkson calling it just 30 seconds before. When you have the opportunity, when you're creating opportunities like Michael is, you're gonna get a shot like that. It starts with Sean Tran holding onto the ball in a tough situation inside, dumping it out to Michael. Michael being ready for the shot, finding the back of the net. Cal on a 4-goal run.
Cohen, we saw BYU earlier go on a 3-goal run. Cal now back with a 4-goal run. We've had an up and down game. This is some good lacrosse out here. Again, battles from the face-off X. It is back and forth. Every
Cal
ball
wants
is
the ball.
free.
You have 4-on-1. Jake Lombardo coming up with it, but BYU with the poke check, getting the ball back. Holy moly.
This is good, Co. We've got up and down action.
It's a treat for the fans at home. BYU taking it back the other way.
Zach Shore likes that over-the-head check. Ooh, it looks like he's down. We hope he's okay.
Shore down. Not moving right now.
Looks like the trainer's coming out. Ned Webster with his hands on his head. He does not want to see another one of his starting defenders go down. Neil Lunsford not able to play today due to an injury. Zach Shore is one of those studs back there. This could be a big hit for Cal.
Zach with a good game so far. Seems to be holding his knee. We'll take a break as the trainers tend to Zach. Zach Shore, sophomore, long pull out of San Clemente, getting helped off the field by the trainer and coach Ned Webster. Eric, this is a Cal team that has a lot of depth, but a lot of injuries right now. No Ned. Hates to see one of his leaders on the back line go down. How do you come back from this?
Yeah, that's tough. Losing your starters, but luckily Cal has number 4 Brandon Coonert, who's one of their senior leaders. You know, he's the first defender off the bench here. I expect he'll step right in and do a good job. But yeah, it's a big loss for Zach Shore.
That's right, and as a reminder, Cal is down a man right now. So BYU on their extra man offense, trying to put a stop to the current 4-goal Cal run, and Cal's extra man just releases. Nice execution, dropping back in the hole. We have even strength here. BYU with the ball, trying to dodge on shorty number 15, Rusty McDonough.
Good defense by Rusty back at X with a short stick.
And a nice ground ball by number 13, Finnegan Mayer, getting rid of it. That is a veteran move by the sophomore out of, I believe it's Baltimore. Cal unable to corral the clear. This is what BYU wants. They want these up and down lacrosse. They want to force turnovers. Cal doing a good job at the beginning of the quarter, getting the ball in their attackmen's hands and getting in their set, but unable to deliver on the clear this time, and BYU maintains possession.
Yeah, here goes BYU settling back into their 2 men on the crease. These big dodges from up top. They're trying to find some pick action, someone open inside, or he'll just take it down and score.
It's number 8, Chris Severson for BYU with the goal. Drops his stick, finds the back of the net.
Severson's had a good game so far. We've seen some big shots from him. That's at least his 2nd goal there. We have a 1-goal game.
That's right, and yeah, that's right. And Cal, after going on a 4-goal run, that has put on a stop by the goal, and Zach Shore going down. You know they want to. Bears could use a little momentum here, and it all starts at the Facebook, the face-off X. That is. That was not an ad for Facebook. BYU with the face-off win, quickly closed in on by 3 Cal defenders.
Like 44 Connor Williams for BYU with the pickup, fending off some Cal checks to maintain possession.
That's right, and BYU gets the ball back. Eric, we got 4 minutes left in the third. Cal 10, BYU 9. It's been a game of swings. It looks like BYU trying to take it back to the Bears. We'll see if Cal can come up with a stop here.
BYU likes number 16 back there, Chandler Westcott on the dodge. Ball's down inside.
Going after long pole replacement Brandon Kunert, but who stands up the BYU attackman nicely.
Big hits on that defensive stand. Again, the ball's down in the middle of the field. This has been a common thing this game.
Cal closes in on the BYU midfielders, picks the ball back up. That's number 14, Nick White. Look for Cal to try to settle the ball here after the defense has been on the field for some time.
Yeah, Cal's getting their guys on. They have some defensive middies. They have a long pole still in there. BYU looking to settle in here. Oh, here we go. A little pressure defense. Staying with it. Ooh, good
2-man
pick.
game down behind. Finds number 20, that's number 7, that is Jake Lombardo, who wisely takes it back out after being in the middle of the field. Cal looks to settle into their offense with taking the BYU short stick defensive midfielder behind. Finds Jake Lombardo, back pipe, unable to corral it.
Looks like that'll stay with Cal.
After the BYU long pole kicks it out of bounds. Ball will stay on the Cal end. Jake Lombardo with the start here. That's actually JP Josie. Got the 1 mids. Dylan Lee, Matt Dixon, JP Josie. Matt Dixon with the ball. Sean Tran, inside
Tran
roll.
Again.
Nice move. Doesn't put it in his left, though.
That ball
BYU.
goes to BYU.
They give it to BYU for being the closest to the ball, it looked like. The Cougars taking it the other way. Sloppy handoff by the Cougars, but no bear in sight, so their number 17, Zach Labrum, is able to easily scoop
Cal, I
it
think,
up.
is a little subbing confusion here. BYU might have a chance. Man up for a second. Cal can recover.
Finnegan Mayer holding strong on the back line.
We've got a minute 20, just under a minute 20 left in this quarter. Looks like, you know, sometimes teams might hold and try to get a last shot here. I don't think that'll happen in this game.
Number 23, Tanner Johnson, sends the ball high over the crossbar, but BYU holds on to it. Number 16, Chandler Westcott restarting the action, going on Brandon Mayer. Sorry, excuse me, that's Brandon Kunert. Zips it across the field to number 25, Harry Wadoops. We know he likes to shoot, unable to get it on goal. Cal defense running around a little bit here, but a
Good
nice poke
check.
check by Matt Lazanich. They needed that. Picks up the ball. He's a ground ball hawk.
This is going to be, once again, tough for Cal to clear. BYU jumps into the 10-man. It just makes it feel like no one's open. Dylan Lee's a good guy to clear with. He's got some wheels.
Sure does.
But he's running through 3, finding
Four.
some space here.
Yeah, I think, going through all the BYU.
Looks like an old Marshawn Lynch video where you count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys.
That's right, but Dylan Lee goes through him. It's a nice clear by the junior.
Got 15 seconds left in the quarter here.
Jake Lombardo with the ball. He's going to have to take it to the cage soon. I like that matchup with on a short stick. You got to go.
Tough low angle shot.
Gets a step, but
we've seen the old goalie goal a couple years ago in the NCAA.
That's right.
Something close just there, but looks like we have a 1-goal game heading into the fourth. Cal 10, BYU 9. It's been a great game so far. Should be a pretty thrilling fourth quarter here in Berkeley.
That's right.
Cohen, you've played in some close games yourself. What's kind of the feeling heading into the fourth quarter here?
There's nothing quite like a tie ball game or a 1-goal game going into the fourth. You know, you got your nerves, you got your excitement. You got to stay poised, and I think the mentality is every play matters. In a 1-goal game, every ground ball matters, every open look matters, and you want to make sure you're capitalizing on every opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a pretty high intensity game through the first 3. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that up through the fourth or even step it up as we get down to the wire.
That's right. It's been a great game so far, and no reason to think it won't be an excellent fourth quarter here. So don't go anywhere. We got fourth quarter lacrosse action coming right up.
It looks like Zach Shore is still. He's walking around on the sideline, but he doesn't have his helmet on. He's talking with the trainer there. Doesn't look like he'll be back in this game at this point, but Cal has number 4, Brandon Kunert, to step up. He's had that tough matchup with number 16 from BYU, Chandler Westcott. He's been creating from X. That'll be a matchup to watch in the fourth quarter here.
That's right. Back at the face-off X, BYU gets the win. That's a nice chase down by number 13, Zach Burbridge for the Cougars. BYU coming up with the ball.
Here we go. This is number 16, Chandler Westcott at X. He has a short stick defender on him. That should be a matchup BYU likes. We'll see if they get it back there and attack that.
That's right.
Cal's trying to prevent him from getting the ball, probably wisely so.
Number 7, Connor Bernal with the dodge. Nice slide. Number 4, Brandon Kunert. He's sliding in nicely out there off the bench.
Yeah, Kunert's done a good job stepping right in a fast-paced game like this. It seems he should be fresh. He seems like he's right on the pace here. Oh, except right there, he did get back cut by number 7 from BYU, Connor Bernal. Great goal to level it out.
It's a great pass for the BYU attackman, finding the back of the net. It's a goal to tie things up. We're at 10-10 here in the fourth quarter.
It's a good cut by the BYU attackman. They had the Cal defender looking to help inside, and he just snuck down to that back pipe, caught the ball, and finished for the equalizer.
Back at the face-off X. What has been an even battle so far. None matter more than now. Jake Pistotnik for Cal. Getting bested by Connor Williams this time around.
Risky crossfield pass for BYU. They'll maintain possession.
That's right, and BYU getting into their half-field, six-man offense, getting their first-line midfielders on the field.
Looks like Cal's trying to figure out matchups here, giving some space to the midfielder. Nothing happening there.
A lot of hoorah on the sideline there, but BYU holding on to the ball, looking for open guys from the back. Low-angled shot by the BYU attackman. They hold on to the ball. Going for another dodge is Connor Bernal. He had the last goal.
This BYU offense is nonstop. If you're a defender, you're not getting a break here. Ooh.
Connor driving to his right, taking the shot, not hitting the net, but BYU retains possession.
Oh, it is nonstop here.
Hard to keep up.
Yeah, it is nonstop. They're this Connor back at X is really creating here, drawing the slide, looking for the open guy.
That is Chandler at X Chandler Westcott with the ball at X right now.
Big check by Kunert, staying right on his hands. BYU sliding a second guy in the crease, trying to find him inside. Ooh, goal. That's number 7 for BYU, Connor Bernal.
That's right. He beat 2 Cal defenders. Eric got a slide body on those slippery midfielders of the Cougars.
That's right. Connor did a great job, getting underneath, finishing the ball, putting it away from the goalie. BYU takes the lead, 11-10.
As expected, Cal goes on a 4-goal run. BYU strikes back on a 3-goal run, takes the lead, 11-10.
Another battle at the X.
Another battle at the X. Kid Stoddard wins the draw, is unable to scoop it up, but gets hit from behind. Loose ball push on the Cougars, and BYU draws is flag thrown on BYU. So Cal getting a free possession here in advance of what will become a 6-on-5 situation. Jake Lombardo.
Cohen, these are always nice when there's a flag down, you can get settled. This is a relatively new rule in the lacrosse world. If there's a flag down, they used to blow it dead, but now they give you a chance to take some shots. BYU actually has to get possession before the play is stopped.
That's right. Cal trying to get a good look on this free possession, if you will. Sean Tran going to work behind.
Great defense.
Nothing
BYU.
doing. That's okay.
Good first move.
Nice move by that. Ball down. If BYU comes up with it, it'll be dead. They do not. Number 12, Matt Dixon. Good scoop. So those ground balls are important at this point in the game, and it's a big pickup. Not easy. Number 10, Dylan Lee with the split dodge.
Dylan Lee, he's a great player. He's been a little quiet today, but you can't sleep on him.
You can't. Dylan spins back to his left, tries to stick it far pipe. Not easy to go high to high. Coming out of a spin dodge like that on a right-handed goalie. So couldn't get by him on that one. The play is blown dead for the flag down.
Looks like the penalty was on Zach Burbage, the LSM for BYU. Man down for 30 seconds. Cal here will look to draw a defender, maybe draw two, find the open man. Ooh.
Cal scored on their last man up. The ball's down. BYU playing aggressively, so you got to move that ball.
Yeah, Cohen.
It's going to be open men. It's very rare to see
tough cross pass.
3 people go after one on an extra man, but an errant pass means a turnover. Eric on an extra man opportunity like that late in the game, down a goal.
Cohen, BYU, they're playing very, very aggressive defense. They're taking a lot of risks. Like you said, they sent 3 to the ball on a man-down situation, but, I mean, it's still forced a turnover from this young Cal team.
Cal riding hard with the extra man. BYU shrugging it off, going the other way. 15 with a nice check. Brushy McDonough putting the ball on the ground.
There's a flag down.
Like it's BYU's turn now to go on extra man offense. And we will see if they can capitalize on this opportunity. Big man down effort now for Cal.
Cool, I think that's on Brandon Kunert for the hit down inside. There's a big collision there. BYU with the stop. Now that's, like you said, their chance to put one in on man up. It's 1 minute man up opportunity.
That's right. And Eric, this is when if you're on the Cal man down defense, you really got to buckle down and keep your head on a swivel.
There's that overpass. Looks like Cal got a piece of it. It'll stay BYU's ball. Cal playing a real tight zone type defense, which is typical on a man down opportunity. Goal is to give up far and low angle shots. Really want to avoid the inside. Ooh, time and room shot. Good save by Nick Beattie.
That's a pick action, it looked like, for Tanner Johnson. Unable to get a lot of heat on the shot. So sort of a near bounce shot. Nice save by Nick Beattie. Passes downfield, but unable to connect with the Cal midfielder. But that's okay because there was looked like a loose ball push. So Cal holds on to the ball. See if they can withstand being a man down in BYU's aggressive defense.
Yeah, that was Sean Tran with the good stick protection. Freshman playing really, really like a senior out there on the man down, making sure to hide his stick from the checks.
That's right, and Cal with the big kill. That is down a goal, 8 minutes left, down a man. You really want to buckle down on defense and prevent going down 2, and they did just that.
Yeah, that was a big one. We'll see. Looks like Cal has their second middies in here. Pistotnik being the guy who's really been stepping up. But here comes the freshman.
Some quick passes for the Cal attack, finding nothing.
Oh, looks like one of those half passes.
Check on BYU's goalkeeper. Draws a flag. You know, Eric, you like the aggressive play on, and you see it on the replay. Goal number 16, Jake Pistotnik, laying out the BYU goalkeeper, but from behind, and seemed sort of like a cross check. You know, Eric, in those situations, you like aggressiveness, but you got to be smart with less than 8 minutes.
You got to be smart. We've had quite a few penalties in this fourth quarter here after a relatively clean 3 quarters. Looks like guys are getting a little fired up. You know, it's getting down to the wire. We'll see who can keep their emotions in check down the stretch here. BYU with another chance. Man up.
We'll see if Cal can come up with another stop here with their man-down defense.
Last time BYU ran a little pick play to get a guy open, time and room from behind. We'll see if they go back to a similar type play. Only 5 seconds left in the penalty. It's released.
He's put Cal still down a guy, but BYU throwing the ball away. Another nice kill by the Cal defense. Eric, these are the kind of plays that can energize a team, change the momentum.
Cool, those are big. Man down is tough. It's really tough in there. They didn't give up any shots at all, which is really the best case there. BYU throws it away. They come back again with the 10-man ride from BYU.
Dylan Lee, the quick midfielder, with the ball in his hands. I know, Cal likes it in his hands. A little bit of a fumble in the exchange with Nick White, but Nick corrals the ball, gets it to the Cal attackman for the successful clear.
Nick White's a good part of this Cal defensive midi squad. Great clearing, midi. Right there did a great job getting it up to the attackman, and now he'll sub off the field. Oh, big shot by Dylan Lee.
Oh.
Looks like the goalie tried to clear it. It hit the attackman.
That's right. You don't see that every day.
No. Dylan Lee's having a tough time against the BYU goalie here. He's had about 4 shots. Every single one's been stuffed.
That's right. BYU goalie making some nice saves. We have the Cal rugby game looks like it's wrapped up, and we have fans streaming in for the tail end of this battle between BYU and Cal. We're closing in on 5 minutes left in the game. BYU with the 1-goal lead and the ball.
Oh, he can shoot.
Number 8, Chris Severson. He's had a couple goals, but Nick Beattie with another big save. Cal going the other way with some numbers.
There's Dylan Lee. Is that Dylan Lee? No, that's the freshman, Sean Tran.
And they give the ball to Cal, saying he's the closest. That was a close call. The BYU long pole. Not pleased with the call. Cal holding on to possession and calling a timeout.
Just over 5 minutes. Looks like Cal wants to take a second to think about this, slow it down. We'll take a quick break here, and then we'll hop back in for the rest of this fourth quarter.
See you soon. And as Cal comes out of their timeout, we will come out of ours. 5:06 left in the game. BYU 11, Cal 10. Cal with the ball. Eric, what are you looking for out of this timeout?
We'll see what Coach Webster can pull up here. I'm sure he has some plays in his pocket. This might be one of those times to break it out. BYU with the pressure. They're shutting off adjacents, trying to disrupt any play. That 2-man game, again, the opportunity.
Pick on the crease.
That 2-man game seems to be effective for Cal. They're getting some good looks out of there.
When you have an aggressive defense that can overcommit to the ball carrier, oftentimes the 2-man game can be particularly effective. Here we go again. Oh, they don't slide this time. Number 27. Matt Keeney unable to get a real strong shot off, but good hustle by Jake Lombardo to track down the ball. It's a big win for Cal in order to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I think that two-man game for Cal from behind, just creating some opportunities, getting some space on the field.
Ooh, that is a crossbar, ladies and gentlemen.
Big ground ball
Big
here.
ground ball. Who wants it?
Looks like a push from behind. I think
from
Cal,
behind, going the other
JP
way.
Josie may have pushed him. Here we go. BYU with 4 minutes left. May look to slow things down, up one. I wouldn't. One goal in a lacrosse game like this is not much, but they're definitely going to want to value this possession. Looks like they'll get their guys on.
That's right. And it's a big possession for both squads here in a one-goal game, short time. BYU forcing it to the middle, unable to connect, but hold on to the ball. The far side, Harry Wadoops, we know he likes the shot from out there. Chris Severson with the dodge now. Quick slide by Matt Lozanich. Goes over and gets a piece. Can Cal clear?
He's got 4 BYU guys on him.
Looks like BYU comes up with it. That is a big ground ball for BYU. They call the timeout, so they're going to hold on to possession. You know, Cal with the stop, but unable to maintain the possession in order to clear. They're going to need to make another stop.
That was number 16, Chandler Westcott for BYU with the big ground ball. BYU coach calling the timeout. They can regroup a bit. You know, they'll probably say, hey, be patient here. We're up 1. Really just working for high quality shots. You don't want it for BYU. You don't want to force something, take a bad shot, get a save, and have a fast break with Cal going the other way. And on the flip side, though, Cal defense, they need to start thinking about dialing up the pressure a little bit. Still lots of time, but that should be in their mind.
Yeah, it will be interesting. You know, BYU has played one speed the whole game. It's been they bring an aggressive tempo out here. Will be interesting to see if they turn that down with the lead and the ball and 3 minutes left coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, something we have not seen today once is a shot clock. So if a team decides to stall a bit, the referees have the option to put on a 30-second shot clock. Pretty unique to have not seen that once today.
That's right.
Looks like Cal's coming out with some big pressure defense. They're shutting off the midfielder 25 from BYU.
Looks like a face guard there, Eric, which is when you do not let that player get the ball.
Yeah, that's Harry Wadoops getting shut off.
Nice feet. But Josh Chen there staying in front.
It's Chandler Westcott, the BYU attack, when he's quick, looking to find a cutter or someone open for BYU.
Josh Chen also quick. Oh, and a sloppy pass is picked off.
Here comes Nick White on the
Nick White
break.
Going the other way. They just go in slow break because Cal does not have numbers. That is a great play. Good defense by Josh Chen. Even a better pickoff by Nick White.
Oh.
Cal moving the ball.
There's an opportunity.
Not going to stay in bounds. It goes out.
I think Nick White saved that.
But saves it right to the BYU long pole. It's a good hustle by Nick.
Here we go, just under 2 minutes now.
You got to double him. It's a ball down.
Long pole.
Pressure D. That's the ball's on the ground. Who's going to get it?
This is one of those ground balls that's huge.
Oh, and
big hit.
that is a flag.
Oh, the referee
on
called
BYU.
a flag.
I think that's on BYU. There are a couple Cal guys on the ground.
There's some big hits out there. Oh, it looks like we're getting the trainer out again.
That is one hit was on Jake Lombardo. The second, I mean, this looked like some good flags there, Eric. That is not how the game is supposed to be played.
I can't tell who is down for Cal. Again, the trainer and the coach are running out. Cal taking a bunch of injuries early this season. The last thing they need is another
Looks like
one.
it's 39, Sean Tran, the freshman. He's had 4 goals today. Just a dirty hit by the BYU midfielder. You hate to see that.
Looks like Sean is up. He's limping. Now he got a good jog off the field, which is
Always
really
good
what
to
you want to see. Yeah.
Always good to see that, but you hate to see it at the end of the game. Cal's going to go up a man here, but they're not. That man will not be Sean Tran due to the injury here.
Yeah, Co, it's 11:10, a minute 42 left. Cal is up a man for a minute here with possession. This is a must-score opportunity for Cal, and if they don't score here, they need to ride like they've never ridden before to have a chance to stay in this.
That's right, and down a goal, this is as good of an opportunity, Eric, as you can ask for. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Let's look for J.P. Josie up top, the Cal senior. Maybe taking a look here. BYU with the pressure on the hands.
Ball down, unable to connect, but Cal with the big ground ball. It's number 12, Matt Dixon.
Matt Dixon's had some big ground balls in situations like that. Good play by the freshman.
Right. Cross field pass, unable to connect. We have about a minute left. Cal calling a timeout.
All right, Co, 18 seconds left on the penalty. Ned Webster going to dial up a play here to try to tie it up.
Sean Tran looks like he's okay. He's moving a lot better. I think it might have been a cramp or something to that effect after that hit, but we might see him back on the field, and that's big. He's the leading goal scorer both for the game and for the season for the Bears, the freshman that is.
Yeah, that would be big if he can come back in a situation like this. 18 seconds left. This is a tight one.
You got 1 minute. You got 60 seconds left on the clock. BYU 11, Cal 10. 18 seconds left on the penalty. Cal with the ball. This is, growing up, playing lacrosse, these are the opportunities you wait for if you're a Cal attackman, Cal midfielder here, and who's going to make the big play?
That's right. This is where the leaders have to step up for Cal. We'll see. Look for some pick action maybe from Cal, trying to get some time and room for some of their big shooters.
Got Matt Dixon, J.P. Josie out there, Dylan Lee, Jake Lombardo.
Here we go. Still pressure defense from BYU. They're getting out on the hands. Good skip pass.
Jake Lombardo going cross field. That is a big shot by J.P. Josie, but saved by the BYU goalkeeper, Daylon Hampshire. That was a huge save. There's 34 seconds left. BYU with the ball. And the timeout now. So, Eric, 31 seconds left. Cal down 1. They need the ball back. What are you looking to do here?
Yeah, Coach Jepson, I'm sure is working up a double team on the ball. In this situation, you always will pull your goalie out so that you can double team the ball and still shut everyone else off. I would fully expect that to happen here. Put the pressure on the guy from BYU who starts with the ball, has to beat 2 men. That's probably Cal's best shot of getting the ball on the ground and getting it back on the offensive side of the field.
That's right. We'll see if the Cal defense can force a turnover here. Tough break on the other end. You put yourself in a position that you can all you can ask for in terms of being up a man, just unable to convert. BYU goalkeeper with a nice stick-side save in the last minute. Now putting the pressure on the Cal defense to to make a big play.
Yeah, I would look for Matt Lazanich in situations like this. Big long stick midi. He likes to make plays. Here's the double team from Cal on the ball.
He
That's
tries
exactly what you want to trap
the
him in
ball's on the
between.
field. Oh man, they called the hold on the Cal long pole, so they get the ball on the field, which is what all you can ask for. But the refs.
Looks like the
ref makes
BYU
a call.
attackman makes the play.
Splits the defense, throws the stick.
Chandler Westcott
Chandler
making a
Westcott
play.
tossing it.
That's tough for the Bears. You know, I thought the two defenders, Finian Meager and who was it, number 34 out there, Jack Gillespie, had him trapped. You know, the BYU defender on the ground, but they get called with the hold and the quick restart. And
yeah, that's got to sting for the Bears. Surprised the refs did not throw a flag on the tossing the stick. Usually that would be an unsportsmanlike conduct, but might have missed it there. See if Cal can come up with the
miracle with 12 seconds left.
Right. It's unlikely. But they do draw.
BYU is all over
down.
him.
Eric, 6 seconds left here, down 2 goals. Comeback not looking likely for the Bears.
Yeah, Co, it's a tough one here. You know, Cal had a tough weekend against two top 10, top 15 teams last weekend. Coming back against number 4 BYU. A much closer game here than it was against Utah, which is good for Cal, but they need to learn if they want to compete for a national championship to win these close games. Good win for BYU here.
Yeah, that's well said. You know, there's a lot the Bears can be proud of coming out of this game. You know, they battled back on a number of instances and seized control of the game, down a number of their traditionally starting players on both sides of the ball, but just could not come away with the big plays when they needed it. And BYU kind of had the last run, and the last say here ends up with the win, 12-10. Any parting thoughts for the fans at home?
I think this Cal team, you know, it's early on in the year. Like you said, they've had some big-time injuries, a long list of injuries of good players. They've had some younger guys stepping up into these positions. Couldn't get it done today, but they'll be competing all year, and as these guys come back, they'll only get stronger. We'll see. Maybe we'll see a rematch in the tournament between these two teams down the line. Great win for BYU.
That's right. You know, some great play out there by goalie Nick Beattie. Sean Tran turns in another big game. Jake Pistotnik with a couple big goals, and you know, it's just in order to beat the best, you just got to take that play up another level. And you know, Coach Webster is gonna have the guys back to work on Monday.
That's right. All right, to all our fans out there, thank you for joining. This has been a broadcast brought to you by NorCal Sports TV here in Berkeley, California. I'm Eric Songson. Been a pleasure working with you, Dan Cohen.
Absolutely. Have a great rest of the weekend.